All right. This is a sad story for me. It's a very sad story for me. And it's awkward. It's awkward. Okay, so for Amberlynn, for Chantel, for Eugenia, for all these girls who are constantly trying to tell stories of their past and be like, oh my gosh, this I had this childhood tragedy is so terrible, right? Let me show you how you actually tell a story from your past. So, when I was in the seventh grade, I went to a magnet school in Hollywood that was called Bancroft. And the orchestra was actually not part of the magnet program. The magnet program consisted of dance and drama. And Mr. Bialik taught drama. Yeah, that was my Bialik's dad. He was the drama teacher. I did not take drama because it overlapped on orchestra, and I was fairly talented at cello. Not like this dude, okay? So, Dennis Boder was our first chair in violin. I never really became friends with him. I was never close to him. I did not know him very well. Other than I had a little preteen crush on him, right? Because he was in the 8th grade, I was in the 7th grade. And I started out as second chair and then I moved up to first chair, right? But I still was not on the level with this guy. This guy was like, came over, they were Russian immigrants, right? So these were people who defected. And were incredibly talented musicians. But there's all kinds of problems, mental health issues that come with being in Russia, drinking a lot of vodka, right? Like, he's got all kinds of issues that come up. So I will walk you through the story as we watch him play at the Hollywood Key Club. Let's start.
Devil went down to Georgia, he was looking for soul steel. He was in a fine big way behind, he's willing to make a deal. And he came across this young man talking about a fella that's playing it hot. And the devil Jones wanted to hear something, said, boy, let me tell you what. I guess you didn't know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take a dare, I'll make a bet with you. Now you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but give the devil his due. I bet a fiddle of gold against your soul, think I'm better than you. Boy said, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin, but I'm...
By the way, that's not at all how he talked. Obviously, he picked up a southern accent to do this song. He went on to be immediately accepted at the Performing Arts School at Cal State LA, which you have to audition to get into that one. I went to Hollywood High because I just did whatever my mom told me to do. I think, when I asked her, why didn't you send me to that school? She said, because there's no busing. There's no busing to that school, and your grandparents are too old at this point to drive you over there. So I was unable to attend Cal State LA, but so he was over there, and actually when I was walking blocks in District 13, I ran into a retired teacher who kind of remembered him. He was from the magnet school. Very interesting how everything kind of connects. Everything kind of like comes together.
Take your bet, you're gonna regret, cause I'm the best it's ever been. Johnny Rouse, you're golden, man, little heart. Devil is the thunder and the devil is his heart. But if you win, you get the shiny little bit of gold. But if you lose, the devil gets your soul. Devil opened up, he said I'll start the show. Fire flew from his fingertips, he rousing up his bow. And he pulled the bow across the strings and he made an evil hymn. And a band of demons joined in and it sounded something like this.
So, in 2002, I was deeply involved in volunteering for the Cub Scouts for my son. And I had totally forgotten about this kid from junior high, right? We went on this hike, and all of a sudden I started thinking about him. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's an adult now. He probably has a band, like what we're seeing right here. He probably has a band. He's probably doing big things. So I will, when I get home, look him up on the internet and figure this out. It came out of nowhere. Okay? So, we'll get back to that. I have to I have to reel it back in because it makes me sad when I think about this.
When the devil bent his guy and said, well, you're pretty good, old son. But sit back in that chair right there. Let me show you how it's done. Run, 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 run. Sing down to the rising sun. Sing a little red, red, picking up dough. Down, 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 down. Because he knew that he'd been beat. And he laid that golden fiddle on the ground at Johnny's feet. And John said, devil, just come on back if you ever want to try again. I done told you once, you son of a bitch, I'm the best that's ever been. He lay 5 miles run, run, run. Living in the house of the rising sun. Singing the rap, that thinking I know. Going down, low down, low, do.
Okay, so basically what happened is I went home. This is 2002, so we didn't have like great internet back then, but they did have a low-key website up, so I was able to find an email address and said, hey, I went to junior high with this kid. Are you doing any shows nearby that I could go to? I'd love to see it. because I love to go to live music. I mean, that's what I had been doing for decades, right? Um, I was not contacted back for 2 weeks. And when I was contacted back, the information was quite shocking. I was told that I tried to contact them Why is there somebody at my front door? I get really paranoid these days, you guys. I'm gonna have to look at that. Basically, I was told that he had been very depressed as an adult because his father apparently committed suicide when he was like 18. And what is going on? Hang on a second. Okay, that was nothing. That was somebody just like walking by. Not a problem. Okay, so anyway, he was apparently a very depressed adult. And from what I've been told, the big birthdays are hard for very depressed people, right? Like you turn 30, you turn 40, you turn 50, whatever it is. Those are the big birthdays. And so in 2002, he was turning 30. I did not know this. Like, I was literally just on a hike with my son. Come on. God damn, all these hogs out here. And I just felt compelled to reach out, figure out what was up with him and where he might be playing. Period. That was the end of it, right? I got contacted 2 weeks later and told that within 2 hours of me sending that email, he played Russian roulette with a gun right in front of his mom and shot his head off. That's what I was told. I don't even know what to say about it because, I mean, obviously I had a crush on this little kid when he was little and I was little and we're both little, right? But out of the blue, out of nowhere, I was like, I gotta contact him. I gotta figure out what he's doing. He's gotta be in a band because I knew that he played guitar too. And if you look at that video, that was him the whole time. That's not fucking album violin. That was him the whole time. Anywho, girls, that's how you tell a real story from your youth. Is something that's deep. It matters to you. It still makes you cry to this day. You know? I couldn't understand why I was so close to potentially just putting a stopper in it by being like, hey, what are you up to? Oh my gosh, I haven't talked to you in so long. Right? But I couldn't get through. I couldn't get through. That's a childhood story, girls.